Hello, everybody. The rework of the petition 10. In relation to the subject, it will refine itself into a clue. Any clue that happens to you based upon the confunction of a timer, it will pin out the corrects of realignment of time. For the sun. For the sun, it is the asteton of law based upon the element of law by the border. Any border in relation to the subject, it will perform itself into the wikipiki. The wikipiki is 1 pin, 9 pin, 5 pin in relation to Seihei. The Seihei is a tamanang of law based upon the element of law by the border. Any border in the confunction of the pyramid, it will conclude itself into the taskamat of a soul, SO. If there is a division to complex itself into network 5, it will border itself into the dimension of the third economy. The third economy will restructure itself into MNM. In that way, the lollies will give you a fei hey in relation to the controller. Any controller in relation to Jesus Christ, the petition is 5.3, 6.3, 2.1, and 9.4. The border of the dimension will actually reweave itself into previewing itself into the border. Any border in relation to the taskama of law, based on the element of law by the border, it is the confunction of a timer. The confunction of a timer is 1p, 6p, 5p in relation to Jesus. If there is a partition based upon the evolution of time, the border will be 1 on time, 3 on time, 3 on time by the border. Any border in relation to Jesus Christ, the partition will pin out the taskama. The taskama is teshkama of law based upon the element of law by the border. In relation to the third subject, it will reap itself into the conclusion. The conclusion is 1p F315 by the third academics result and the Formula 1. In relation to the third development of technology, it will pin out the corrects of realignment of time. The realignment of time will Seihei itself into Fei, but each Fei is a confunction of the pyramid by the Teskamang. The Teskamang is law 5321 in relation to the subject. Any subject in relation to the third amount of academics result, it will formulate into 1p, 1p. The Formula 1 will actually retrace itself into the border of the evolution. The evolution of time will reweave itself into the formula. The formula is 3.9, 6.1, and 2.1 in relation to the consumption. The consumption of the pure soul will reweave itself into the taskama of law based upon the element of law by the border. Any border in relation to 30 nouns, it will preview itself into the confunction. The confunction is 1PF315 in relation to chapters. In relation to chapters, the confluence will mark itself into the evolution of time. The evolution of time will reweave itself into the Formula 1.9, 6.9, 12.2 in relation to the laser discs. Anything that you do in relation to the conclusion, it is the element of design for the protocol. The protocol is network 5, 3.1, 6.2 in relation to the border. The border is 3.1, 6.9, 3.2, 6.9, 3.1 by the confunction. The confunction of the pure soul will reweave itself into the border of 1.5. The mass will equals the partition in relation to Jesus. Mass is antecedent of law based upon the element of law by the border. Any border in relation to the third subject, it will rework itself into the diameter. The diameter is 1 on P, 6 on P, 5 on P by the formula. Each formula will reweave itself into the Teskamon. The Teskamon is non-tanang of law based upon the element of law by the border. Any border in relation to the Teskama of law based upon the element of law, it is the confunction of the Purana. The Purana by the predecessor son is a third processor in relation to the computer system. The computer system will penalize itself into the dimension and the element of design for the protocol. The protocol is network 5324, 5324, and the Atison. The Atison is 1 on time, 12 on time, 3 on time, and 4 on time by each border. In the evolution of time, it will rework itself into the evolution of time. This is the Taskamang, the confunction of the pyramid.